Hello everybody, welcome back to another podcast. Welcome back to the Moore household for another podcast, should I say as well. Welcome to episode 5 of the Matthew Moore podcast. I'm joined here once again this week by my weekly sidekick now, Brooke. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Now, we're recording this podcast tonight on a Friday evening because we've had a lot of work being done to our house this week. We haven't had a chance to get any sort of chance to do a podcast, but we're now using also our new snowball microphone, so I'm hoping the settings turn out pretty good and you can hear us nice and clear. And the only one problem is Brooke needs to speak up. Now, in future podcasts, if you want to get involved in the podcast itself, you can send us an email, which is matthewmooreyoutube@mail.uk. You can also send me a tweet on Twitter, or the Twitter machine, Brooke, at MooreOfficial81, or you can go to the fan page on Facebook, just search Matthew Moore, smack the like button, and also send us a message on there, or you can follow me on Instagram, on Matthew Moore Official on Instagram. Well, Brooke, how have you been since the last week we spoke to you?
Doing okay.
Okay.
I guess.
Had a pretty okay week?
Yeah.
It's been very warm, hasn't it?
It's very warm for some reason.
So, no, it's been one of those weeks, guys. It's just been so warm. But we've had a lot of work done to our house this week, Brooke. We had our living room area completely revamped, shall we say.
It was like, I don't know how you'd explain it. The living room was like everywhere, so. Yeah,
it was pretty much was done cheaply when we moved in, but it's now obviously been renovated thanks to our good friend Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
Listening.
Absolutely. Now, on the vlogs this week, guys, if you're tuning in here, obviously you don't know we do a vlogging channel here on, if you're listening to us on YouTube, you'll probably do it by now, but if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, and iTunes have still not put us on yet. It's really starting to make me frustrated.
Need to get their stuff together.
I emailed them the other day, asking them why it's taken them so long to put the podcast on iTunes. I'm really getting fed up with it now. Well, the vlogs this week have been sort of limited. I've just posted one there tonight from Tuesday where we went to Belfast, which we'll talk about that in just a second. Since the last podcast, Lewis and I were in Malay last week. Now, you probably remember the last time we were in Malay, would you? A long time ago, down at the caravan.
We were at a caravan?
A long time ago, you were just a little girl.
I don't remember.
Lewis and I took a trip to Malay last Saturday to watch the Welders play Abbey Villa. And then on the Sunday, we went out to our favourite place for something to eat. That was good fun, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was a pretty good end of the weekend since we last put the podcast out. Lewis and I had a great time down in Abbey Villa. Thank you very much to Abbey Villa Football Club for all their hospitality last Saturday. Andrew couldn't get out with us last Sunday because she was working, Brooke.
Very sad, but we all missed her.
Yeah.
But
but yeah, we had a good time out on Sunday, and then on Monday we had the Brooke Moore flashback of the week. First flashback of the week.
Still have to get you back for that. Still do.
For you regular viewers out there who've watched the vlog for quite a long time, you probably remember Brooke decided to do a little bit of a fashion show when she was out shopping with me for clothes one time. We done a bit of a flashback, didn't we? On Monday. You don't look very happy.
No, I'm still annoyed. Don't worry, I will get you back. I will find a time whenever there is a flashback, and I will be like,
well, you did.
Let's put a flashback.
You did before, whenever I was doing the garden.
Yeah, but it's 3-1. It's been like 3.
Is it like a competition now to see how many flashbacks we can put in the vlog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, I will win. I will get my win.
It was called the fashion show flashback vlog.
I was hoping whenever that was uploaded that it would stay back there and nobody would ever see it. Unfortunately, they did. Not because you put it in a flashback.
You love it.
No.
And then on Tuesday we took a trip to Belfast for the day.
Yes.
And we went to Cosmos.
My favourite place.
Absolutely. Cosmos was brilliant, so it was. And then went out shopping for a little bit. You got more clothes as usual. Yes. I got a lot of cool t-shirts.
Yeah.
I got guys, listen to this here. I got a Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt, which is pretty cool. Looks like a Japanese version of it. I got a Mortal Kombat t-shirt. But the most important t-shirt out of all 3 t-shirts that I purchased in Primark, yes I know I shopped in Primark with Brooke, was the Commodore 64 t-shirt that I got.
Oh,
watch the vlog, guys, and you'll see that t-shirt. £6 for the t-shirt. It was just an amazing shirt.
I got a Friends t-shirt.
In case you're doing, guys, I'm taking a drink of Lucas I have here. You'll see it whenever I put the next vlog up. You see me getting set up for. But we've got a big announcement coming here in the podcast as well, coming shortly. We want to tell people about what we're involved in.
Yes.
To do with Sky Television, but we'll talk about that shortly.
Yeah. On the topic of Primark.
Yes.
I'm actually pretty happy with Primark at the moment.
Why is that?
Because they seem to be supporting that gay pride thing.
That's actually a very good point. Well, actually, we'll remember about that.
Yeah. They've got a very good selection.
Did we show some of that in the vlog?
I'm not too sure.
I can't remember.
I think so.
But yeah, obviously they're supporting, which is good.
They've got a very wide selection.
There's a lot of people at the minute reading in the news the other day. There's a lot of people actually wanting to try and stop the parade.
It won't. It's coming to, I think it's Belfast.
Well, they were selling merchandise for the War at the Gay Pride for different locations across the UK.
Yes.
Which was good. You spotted it. I had some really random stuff with it. They had like the colours for like flip flops and hairbands and t-shirts and jumpers and.
It was everything.
What about that sparkly jacket you put on?
Oh my goodness.
You gotta go and watch the vlog, guys, and check out that stupid jacket she put on. I must admit, it did look stupid. It looked like a bit of tinfoil she was wearing.
No, but I was very happy with the wide selection they have, especially with how much of the population is now like not against gay pride and are for it.
Yep.
If you know, and it was very wide selection as well. So it's like, it's not like they've got like a little bit and they're like just leave it at that. It was very big section of it, and I'm actually really proud of them for doing that. And
then shortly after that, they're doing the flashback. You know, with your leather jackets. Remember the vlog a lot of weeks ago, guys, for the regular viewers of the podcast, or the vlog, where Andrea and Brooke tried on leather jackets together. We did another flashback in Primark, so that's another 2 to that this week. That was actually 2 in 2 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, looking for the hat trick before the end of the week. But no, Primark, you just love that place. Lewis was sitting there and he was like,
"Get me out of here."
No, it's not even that there. He was like, "Dad, can I go look at boy stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course you can. Come on, let's go." Didn't like anything. He was just like, "Dad, seriously."
As soon as we walked in, he was like, "I don't want to be."
I know, but he was like, "Dad, do I have to take so long? Do I have to go to like every part of the entire place? Like seriously, Dad, this is like so frustrating." I was like, "Why? What's wrong with me?" He says, "I want to get over the game and get my Xbox game." So I did promise him I'd get him Tony Hawk's 5 skating. As you'll probably know, guys, he loves the skateboards and stuff, so he wanted Tony Hawk Skate 5 for his Xbox One, and we saw it in game for like, I think it was 9 or 10 quid or something like that. So yeah, he wanted that, and we was so frustrated because game was just across the street, and God love him, at one point he was looking out the window going, "Daddy, can you get them to hurry up so we like get out of here? This is like really annoying me. I'm sitting here in the girls section, and you know, it's like really annoying. It's like women's underwear everywhere and like women's stuff, and I really don't want to be here."
I felt bad for him, but
you know, we got him out of there, and then we went to the game and got him his game.
Yeah.
Then we took a little trip around to one of our favourite stores, which I'm currently wearing the shirt right now as we record this podcast.
Me too.
We didn't get yours in there that time.
No, but
back around to the Liverpool store because I wanted to see what this. I wanted to show the girls the new Liverpool 3rd shirt they just released, the grey one, well, grey and a white sort of colour, and I ended up getting the 3rd shirt with Mo Salah on the back. So, and also, but the most thing that made me laugh was, and I'm sure you other fans from football teams out there probably laugh at this, what about that Liverpool 3rd goalkeeper shirt?
Oh my goodness me.
Bright pink.
Seriously? I feel really bad for like the goalkeepers.
Allison.
Yes, I
well,
feel
he has a
bad.
girl's name, so pink will probably suit him.
Karius, now he would suit pink.
Karius is a goat.
Karius, he'd be perfect with pink.
Karius is a goat.
Karius would be perfect with pink, but I'm not too sure about Allison.
Well, no, so we ended up having a good time. Went to Cosmos for some dinner. Great place. Went to play for a little bit. Had a great afternoon, and then Lewis and I afterwards went to football. Well, the Elders were playing Glenavon.
Yes.
And I ran into an old friend of mine who was a banger with me a lot of years ago, Andy Hall. And he was asking after you.
Really?
Yes, he was. And Andy's doing really well. He's been at Glenavon now for about, my goodness, what, 3 years now. He's doing very, very well. One of the best players in the country, in my opinion. But yeah, went there on Tuesday night. And then on was it Wednesday, the work started at the house? Yeah.
Yes, because it took 3 days.
All I can say is, just knock the chair over here. Sorry, we're recording in our kitchen. We're wrecking the place here. There was a person supposed to come up here on Monday and do the work for the house. He didn't turn up. Disappointing, but we managed to get someone to do it for us, and the work commenced. Thank you to all you people out there who have been sending me messages with like painters' phone numbers and stuff, and all the people who could do the work for me. I do appreciate your support. Thank you very much for your messages and stuff. But you're not going to be really strange. You're going to sneeze or something, are you?
I need to burp, but I don't want to be rude.
Nothing wrong with that. Better writing than this Shrek always says.
Nah, true.
But we got the work started, and what a job.
Oh my goodness. It is amazing. I was thinking grey is going to bring the living room down. It's going to be darker. And then you seen it, and it was like, it was just amazing. In my opinion, it's brought the living room more alive. If you get what I'm trying to say. Well,
there's still a lot more work to do. We've still got like the new furniture to come in.
Yeah, but as soon as that comes in, our living room is going to
the telly's on the wall too as well.
Do you call it telly?
Yes.
Oh my river. Who said that?
Excuse me, the welly.
It's called.
I'll tell you a story here for you young listeners out there. I remember years ago you used to be able to hire a TV from a shop in a local town, right? You'd be called radio rentals or something from the telly man. You used to hire a TV, and there used to be a meter in the side of it where you used to have to put money into the meter to get the TV to switch on and work. That's a true fact. I remember years ago we were actually that poor. We actually had to rent a TV one time from radio rentals. You're looking at me really strange there. You think I'm joking? I'm not actually joking at all. Honestly, just Google it on your phone right now if you have your phone in your pocket.
I don't. It's in the living room.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Before the podcast come on tonight, I've told Brooke to sit closer to the mic because obviously it's a snowball mic, but I'm going to purchase another one for you and one for me. How's that sound? If you ever come on again.
Yeah, but
But honestly, back to the TV thing. Why do you think I'm so old because I say telly?
Because it's called a TV or a television, not a telly.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it a television set, is it?
No, it's a TV. Get your facts right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Get into 2018, not 1990.
Well, here's nothing wrong with 1990.
True, actually.
1990 was a very good year for me.
Why?
Apart from the one time where I have a flashback from 1990 where I was talking to one of our neighbours about today, where your grandfather stuck his boot up my backside.
For swearing.
Oh dear, I don't let my children swear, and if I ever caught them swearing, they'd be punished. As in, for example, they'd be grounded, have their phone taken away, their TV taken away from them, and they'd be grounded for a substantial period of time. But I'll tell you a story. Back in 1990, remember the year like it was yesterday, playing football when I used to live in Belfast. Now you can just imagine, for you older listeners back then, Shankle Road in 1990 was like not a hostile place, but it was sort of like a place where there was obviously a lot of trouble going on back in the day, and you know, the estates were not as what they are now, all run down, etc., and they were a bit different back then. Remember playing football at the time? You actually, the part where we showed in the vlog, the wee part we sat in, the wee benches right across from my old house, it actually happened about 30 feet away from where that happened, where we sat that day. Standing goal, doing goalkeeper, and I didn't swear as a child because I was obviously afraid to, because I knew my dad would stick his boot up my backside. But this one particular time, one of the players in the pitch, I was doing goals, keeper, and he was really, really making me frustrated, and I shouted to him, "Hey you, give me the effing ball." And neither did I know at that time. I was there, and my mum and dad were walking up from behind. They walked around, I didn't actually see them coming because they wanted to go up the road, as they say back then. So your Uncle Tony was only a little boy in the pram at the time. And I didn't see your granddad come at the time, Brooke. As he was coming along, and you know what your granddad's like when he gets cheesed off? He just goes, he's like a raging bull. He's like a bull going at like a matador guys with the red thing with a bull run on it. I didn't even see your granddad coming, and just as I shouted that, he was there at that Pacific time, and all I felt was this big slapper in the back of the head. "What did I hear you say? Get you back home now, you wee." And this is why I always ask my listeners, would they like me to do an explicit version of this podcast where older listeners could listen to it, where I could actually repeat what my dad said, but obviously I can't because this is a family-friendly podcast, but you can just imagine what your granddad said that day. "Get you home now, you little... What I hear you say? You're only..." What was I, like 1990? I was like, what, 10? 11? 9, coming 10. it was like, get you home now. And I was like, that was the last time I ever swore until I was a lot older. Because I knew if my dad ever caught me again, he'd kick my ass. I think I was grounded for like 2 weeks for that. So there you go. 2 full weeks, yeah. No TV. And there was no internet back then, and there was no mobile phones back then.
How did you live?
Here's another thing. You get into this conversation with me. We have a conversation all the time. How did you live back in your day, Dad? There was like no internet, no mobile phones, no computer console. Well, there was a computer console that was called the Atari back then in 1990.
Nintendo.
Or later on in the 90s.
I like that.
But back when I lived in Belfast in the 90s, you had Pong, the 2 wee sticks in the ball. You had Atari with the cartridges. Later on in the mid-90s, when they moved the Bagger, you came out like the Mega Drive and the Master System. But back then, Brooke, no internet, no mobile phones. You had to make your own fun in the street. You used to go out and have to play in the street with your friends and create your own fun.
I do.
Or own fun, sorry.
I do. I go out and I play. Have you heard 1, 2, 3?
But the games that you play in the street is games that I used to play when I was a kid.
No, do you know what 1, 2, 3 is? You might have seen us play it.
You keep saying them all, so I probably won't remember.
1, 2, 3.
Please remind me.
1, 2, 3 is where you have a group of people and you have to find the closest lamppost. Somebody counts. Somebody faces the lamppost, closes their eyes, and counts to 30.
And you go away and hide.
And then the rest of them run off and hide. The person can't stay around the lamppost for longer than 10 seconds after they finish counting. They have to go find people, and whenever they're going to find you, have to run from your hiding spot and go to the lamppost and shout 1, 2, 3, I'm free. And if the person who's gets to the lamppost first and shouts 1, 2, 3, and then your name is not free, then you are it next.
I used to play this before you were twinkling my eye.
You're it next if you're found first, and if you get it free, then you're fine.
Do you ever play Belfast?
It's Belfast.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yes,
on
please.
The podcast or off podcast?
I don't know. Is it bad?
So I want to encourage young people out there to go out and do this to people's front doors.
Knock door run.
No, it's Belfast.
Oh, well, we call it knock door run, where you
ring
knock
the bell and run fast.
Thing is though, every time we play that, I get put to do the doors, and I'm like, no.
Why did I ever bring this up on the podcast?
Knock door run is one of the best games ever, especially at night time whenever everyone's blinds are closed, because nobody can see you.
No comment. No comment.
Or there's hunts.
Yes, I used to play that.
Yes. Well, actually, because there's 2 different versions. What one did you play?
The old school original one. Here, no.
What's the old school?
Do you know something? Bring back the days where you used to go out in the street and you used to find a bit of rope from the local industrial estate, and your friend climbed up the lamppost and tied it around the lamppost so many times and brought it down both sides and turned it into a swing around the lamppost. Absolutely.
You can do that.
Yeah, turn it. There's a big lamppost out there in the middle of our street.
Yeah, I know.
See if I could get you a big bit of rope. I would get someone to climb up the top of it and tie it really tight. And the swing where you go round and round and round the lamppost. And sometimes you used to get really high and wrap yourself up at the top of the lamppost and all.
Oh, that's fun.
Good times. I was actually talking to a friend of mine the other day about that. About the stuff that we used to do whenever we were kids in Belfast. Stuff like that, And, we're talking about the water hose ban and all. And people,
that got lifted.
What people used to do, yeah, it's actually been lifted by the way. People used to do, kids used to get keys from the DOA and open up the big drains and turn all the big drains into water fountains and all. Used to shoot up really high and all. The things we could do, because there was no internet back then, and there was no mobile phones, and there was no... Problem with your generation is, you're too busy having your head stuck on a phone, or a tablet, or on the internet, or on YouTube.
Saying that, this past 2 weeks, I have been out every single morning till about 8 or 9 at night. And haven't come in.
Did you remind them what time you get out of bed at?
Past few days, I have been out for 12 o'clock every day and been in at about 8:30, 9:30.
That's a first, because normally she lies in her pit till about flipping 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Then she descends down the stairs like a zombie from Call of Duty. And she's wrecking the computer here. She's like a zombie from the Call of Duty games coming down in the morning with her head like a bed head dragged out of a hedge backwards. Morning, Dad. I was like, what's wrong with you? Mama.
It's because I've been excited to go out and spend time with my friends.
Are you glad the water hose ban's lifted? I am, because I can go out and cut my grass tomorrow. Because I've let it grow for 3 weeks and I've watered it every day since the water... My grass is starting to turn green again, which is great.
I didn't know till yesterday, until the neighbour 2 door down, who we kind of talk to sometimes. he was out watering his garden, and I shouted down the street to him, I'm gonna call those people on you. He goes, it doesn't matter, do that if you want, because it's been lifted. And I go, really? And he goes, yeah.
Anyway, moving away off subject, the thing we were going to talk about on the podcast this week was a lot of weeks ago. I was contacted by a company called, what's their name, Bison Limited or something like that. They're like a multimedia company based in London who saw our videos on YouTube, whether it be our daily vlogs, whatever it was. They came across our football videos. They actually do work for Sky Sports, and they contacted me a lot of weeks ago saying, hey Matthew, how's it going? Blah blah blah. Cut a long story short, they basically says we're doing work for Sky Sports to promote the new Premier League season, and we'd like to use a few of your videos because I see you do quite a lot of Liverpool reaction videos. And I was kind of like, okay, a bit skeptical to start, saying to myself, okay, let's go and check these guys out and see if it's legit, because you know, obviously Brooke, you're a bit younger, but a lot of people out there who listen to the podcast will probably know there's a lot of companies out there who send out false emails trying to get your bank details, trying to take money off you. You know, you get these ones from like Nigeria mailing you and stuff and going, I'm such and such and I would like you to help me do this and pay this and whatever.
Especially on emails, that's the worst.
Not at all. And I was kind of like, okay guys, yes, no problem. But then they emailed back saying, listen, we'd like to send you an email with a contract in it for you to look over, take a look at it and see what you think, and we'd like to pay you for using your videos. And I'm kind of like, okay, cool, send it across and let's take a look at it. So I sent it across, took a look at it. So went away for a day or so, done a bit of research, and obviously done the relevant checks on the company to see who they were and stuff like that there. And Brooke's looking at me really strange. What's the matter?
So Daddy Longlegs behind us.
It's only a Daddy Longlegs.
It's gonna eat me.
Anyway, they're gonna eat you. They don't bite.
There's moths in here too.
It's a summer. What do you expect? Anyway, going on, guys, with the story here.
Can they not just live in their own house?
Can I finish the story?
Oh yeah, I have to tell you a joke after.
You can tell me a joke after. Yes, okay. Anyway, they contacted me. I went and done all the relevant research. I even got someone who I knew who works in the, should we say, legal side of it. Had a look around at it and stuff like that, and they were kind of like, yeah, they are. They're based company based in London. They are legit. And they sent me an email, the contract. I read through it, sent it across to my friend. He looked at, yeah, Matthew, that's all legit, no problem at all. Do a signature, but don't give them any bank details. Just give them like a PayPal email address and stuff like that, and see what happens from there. So I thought, right, okay. And it was actually last week I contacted them again. I said, yes, no problem. Sent the contract, sent it over to them, said everything was sweet as a nut, and they agreed that they were going to pay me. And I went, right, sweet, no problem. And before you ask them, not going to disclose what they're going to pay me. So, but it was nice, and it's going to help along getting our house sorted out and obviously paying a few bills off and stuff. So thank you very much for that. But yeah, the next minute they said it'd be released today, which is the Friday, and I thought, yeah, okay, is this going to happen or not, whatever. And then today my phone started going absolutely mental. Tag after tag on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, and I went on to it. And Brooke, who's in the video, me, you, and your brother celebrating when Liverpool beat Man City at Anfield last season. And I was kind of like, oh my goodness me, happy days. And then I got an email tonight saying the video's live, Matthew, and we'll be in touch soon. So the moral of the story is, we're on an advertisement for Sky Sports for the new Premier League season. How awesome is that?
That is awesome. You showed me it, and I was watching. I was like, "What is this?" And then I'd seen this, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
We're on Sky Sports adverts for the new Premier League season for Liverpool. The Liverpool part of the advert, and that is amazing. That is such an achievement for us. I mean, for us starting up a little YouTube channel here in Little Bangor, for us to be on Sky Sports. And yes, you know, I've been on sports television channels before. Whenever I used to do work, that sort of like, I used to go on to Sports Tonight TV on Sky quite regularly via Skype and talk live on British national television all the time. But to be on Sky Sports, even though it's just a couple of seconds, it means a lot to us for all the work that we put into the YouTube channel, and it's starting to pay off.
To know that it's going somewhere.
It's not even that darn. People, all the haters will probably say, "Oh, he's made money out of it now. He thinks he's great." No, listen. They compensated us for using our footage, and you know, I didn't ask for anything for it. They give it to us, so thanks to Sky Sports for that, and obviously Bison, the company. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Check out the social media feeds of the fan page on the Facebook page, which we post this on. Also, check out, I think it's on Sky Sports website here. I'll actually check it on the laptop here why I'm actually talking to you. But, I mean, Burke, what an achievement.
Yep.
for us that means a lot, and it's just like, it just makes me so happy, the fact that we're on Sky Sports and our vlogs are being popular, and it's great. And you know, the support we've received the last year has just been, what could you say, Brooke?
It's been fabulous.
Lovely. It's been fabulous. Anyway,
it's been very
what's this such a funny joke that you're going to tell me?
So, do you know the way all these bees and wasps and flies and all get
Oh, is this the thing you're claiming that you were stung by a wasp
No.
4 or 5 times,
No.
or a bee, whatever it
No,
was? I don't know.
no. Moths and all come into your house, right? This is the thing. You pay rent for this house, but they come in here and live freely without paying rent.
Brooke,
Do you get it?
what nonsense are you talking?
No, do you not get it? We have to pay rent to live here, but they can come and
They're a
live here
creature.
freely.
You're talking out of your backside.
You don't get it. It's because whenever you live in the house, you have to pay rent, but they can come in free whenever they want.
You are literally...
Without having to pay rent. They can live here for free.
It's not even a joke.
It is, it's funny. So you have to have a sense of humour to understand it.
I do have a sense of humour, and you're just talking out of your backside. To pay... Oh yeah, every time a wall flies, and I want to lift them and go, hey you, where's your rent money? Johnny Longlegs, come here, you over here, and I, you know, what's happening here?
You can't be living here freely.
You are full of nonsense.
I'm not, it's funny. They have to pay rent. It's not fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you my daughter, who is in her head. I'm kidding, you don't mean that.
Oh, that's it. I've fallen out with you. That's it.
Fine, well.
No more hugs.
I get a piece of quiet for a few days then.
No, I'm gonna torture you.
No comment. Anyway, it's night time for the best time of the day, or the best time of the podcast. It's night time for emails.
Woohoo!
Okay, Brooke, the first email for tonight is from a young lad called Charlie Kerr. He says, any chance of Matthew Moore merchandise in the future, and also my 5 friends would happily pay for a meetup and buy merch. Charlie Kerr, I think I talked about this last week, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, well, people turn up and stuff like that. Merch, you know, how many times, Brooke, have I been messed about with merch? Wristbands and whatnot. I mean, I've lost count now. It's going to get to the point now, guys, where I'm just going to have to raise money myself and try and raise money to get you guys even wristbands or something. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really frustrating me as, you know, the person who puts the videos out every day. The fact that I can't get you merch, and it's doing my head. And 3 guys have messed me about so far, and I'm really getting seriously sick of it, because a lot of people keep asking me for, you know, you're going to get t-shirts, you're going to get stuff. You know, I was even talking to Andre and Primark the other day about it, and I said, Andre, we need to get merch here, because the fans want it. They want it, either it's a wee wristband or a key ring or something. You just give them something, you know, to say thank you. So, to answer your question, Charlie Kerr, yes, and your 5 friends, whoever they are, hello, all 5 of yous, how are yous? Thank you for watching the vlogs, I appreciate it, guys, I really do. Anything you want to say about that? Why I get the next email up?
Yeah, merch should hopefully be coming, fingers crossed, if we don't get messed around again. And hello to all Charlie's 5 friends. Hi. It's nice to know that you like us. I don't
We're
know.
talking more nonsense again.
Seriously,
Did you bump your head today or something, or just...
yeah, I did.
No, I thought so.
On the wall.
Moving on,
Didn't mean to.
Ryan has sent us an email. I want to briefly go break it up, because he's wrote quite a bit here actually. I want to break it up into sort of like what he's basically the point that he's getting to. He basically tells me here about his football. He plays in... Where's he from? No, where's he from? Doesn't even say where he's from actually. Sorry about this, guys. But basically he wants to know, obviously, knows he's a big Liverpool fan too, and knows we're going away and stuff like that there. And will we ever do a meet and greet again? Which, yes. But he's a question for the podcast. Wants to know, will we ever have guests on the podcast apart from ourselves? Well,
That's a very good question.
well, maybe on down the line eventually, yeah. Because I mean, the podcast that I used to do, like for example, the wrestling one I used to do years ago, I used to interview quite a lot of people and travel about and ask people different questions. When I worked in a radio station, a lot of years ago, I used to go about it, like talking to different people all across the area of North Down where I worked for the radio station. So, pretty much just talk about football things, stuff like that there. So yeah, thanks for your email. People on the podcast, maybe down the line. Maybe we can try to get Tony onto it one time.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
You would.
By the way, I spoke, in case you're wondering how he's recovered from last week. Yes, he has recovered from his trip to Dublin.
You sure he's still not hungover?
No, I spoke to him. He's doing fine.
That should be good.
He's doing alright.
He's not. I just watched the video. He's an idiot.
Macaulay wants to know, will we ever bring fans onto the podcast?
Will we?
Will we ever bring... well, I mean, we could probably do a Skype interview or something like that and do a pre-recorded interview and then play it on the podcast.
We could, yeah.
I don't see the reason why we shouldn't bring listeners onto the podcast. And he also asked us, Brooke, as well, will we ever do the podcast as a video?
Oh, so like a more of a, just practically a vlog, but a kind of podcast.
Why we're recording the podcast, do it as a video? That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Because then...
people could see what we're doing when we're talking.
Exactly, which means that whenever we're wrecking the place...
Speckled Douglas here for the working man.
You get to see us wrecking the place and make fools of ourselves.
You are full.
We could do a live
But if you do
stream.
want to get in contact, thanks for your emails, guys. Sorry I couldn't read them all out, but I do read them all. If you want to get more emails into us, Matthew Moore YouTube at mail.uk. Send me a tweet at MooreOfficial81 on Twitter. Search Matthew Moore on Facebook for the fan page. Smack the like button. And also on Instagram, Matthew Moore Official. Why do you keep looking round this room?
There's a moth and it eats your clues. I'm scared.
You need to go to bed. You are on airhead mode today.
No,
I'm kidding. You know I don't mean it. But anyway, guys, yes. I think that's going to wrap us up for our... I'm going to do another podcast before next week, guys, because I want to sort of talk about a few other things. Now, here's another thing too as well. If you'd like to see another podcast, I was thinking about maybe doing a podcast twice a week where once I could talk about stuff, where I can sort of air a bit of grievances and stuff like that. Like I say, I see something on TV or something like that, and I give my personal opinion on it. Now, there could be a little bit of bad language in it.
So not recommended.
Not like, full on swearing, like using the F word and things like that, unless something really pushes it too far, but the occasional A double cricket letter word or things like that.
So not suitable for 12-year-olds.
Probably not.
But
and then do the family friendly one. It's just an idea. What do you think?
You and Andrea could do the one with the thing.
These two could do a girly one.
Oh, that would be fun. Where every week
talk
we
about
do one.
makeup and have girls mailing you in and
tweet. What's your Twitter?
At MooreOfficial81.
Tweet at MooreOfficial81 and at what's Andrea's?
Andrea Lenny Idiot.
Andrea Lenny Idiot. If you want to see a girly podcast,
bombard Andrea on Twitter to come on to the podcast. More at Andrea Lenny Idiot on Twitter.
And tell her and give say that we want the girly podcast.
And go Andrea Lenny on Instagram and mail her and torture her to come on to the podcast more, because I love having her on because her voice is beautiful.
What about me?
You are too, but just bombard her, guys.
Yes, keep going. Tweet until her phone blows up.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm going to go, guys, for this for our podcast. So thank you for listening. If you're listening to us here on SoundCloud, don't forget what they got to do, subscribe to us on SoundCloud or something. I will have this show on iTunes before next week. I'll be damned, excuse me for losing that phrase on this podcast, but it will be on iTunes next week. I guarantee you now.
Fingers crossed.
And also, guys, you're listening to us here on YouTube, smack the like button, hit subscribe, and Brooke, you want to say your favourite thing?
Hit the notification so you get notified every time we upload a vlog or a podcast.
Dear, oh dear. But you know what I'm going to do before I go?
What?
Before we go today, I'm going to do a wee quick video of us saying goodbye, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram.
Hey.
So how's that good?
That's fun.
And we're going live on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recording the end of today's podcast here, everybody. Sitting here with Brooke. We're just finishing up here. We're actually still recording the podcast now as we speak. So if you're watching it here, obviously, drop a comment below, say hello to us, guys. If you're listening to us on the podcast right now as we're speaking into our snowball microphone here, check out my Instagram, Matthew Moore Official. So yes, guys, we're now recording the podcast here. Don't forget to check it out soon. It's coming to the YouTube channel, SoundCloud, and hopefully iTunes as well soon, guys. So don't forget to tune in. There you are. Did you like that?
That was
a wee bit there to record for Instagram. And while we're talking here, I'm wrapping up the podcast. I am going to upload it right now.
So you want me to talk then?
You are nuts.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, yes, we're going to go for another week. So if you enjoyed this podcast, I hope you do enjoy the podcast, guys. So until next week, let me know what you think, guys. We're doing more podcasts. Let me know what you think. So until the next one, guys. So from Brooke.
Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed it.
Stop yawning.
I can't. I'm tired.
And from Matthew, we'll see you all back here next week, guys. Thanks for listening. Thank you for all the support. We love you all. And we'll see you all back here on the Matthew and Brooke podcast next week.